This is one of your prescribed practicals. It's the second one, and normally in class we'd be doing this. Although there's no exam at the end of this year, this will be part of your practical paper that could be in year 12. So we need to be aware of this practical. And we can look at the video that I've already posted online to have a wee go at that, and the PowerPoint will help you as well. So the first thing we need to look at is what is Hooke's law and what it states. And it basically states that the extension of a spring is directly proportional. Okay, and we've seen that in the video with Brian Cox when he was saying if you stretch it with a force of 2, you will get an extension of 2. So the extension of a spring is directly proportional. So if one thing alters, the other one alters in exactly the same way. So that is what directly proportional means here. To that force supplied to it. Now there is just a wee added caution to this, and that is provided that the limit of, and this is a bit wordy, proportionality, but basically how much it has stretched within that given time. So the limit of proportionality is not exceeded. In other words, you don't stretch it too far. You find that, you know, if you've blown up a balloon too many times, it just won't stretch anymore. It's quite loose and flappy. So this is not exceeded. So we need to look at, so that means it loses its elasticity. So we need to calculate anything, we need to know the formula. So our formula for this, and we're looking, remember, still at forces. So the force equals the spring constant. Now don't be worrying too much about this spring constant because it will become clear as we go on with the practical. And if we multiply that by its extension, so we have the force is F, and we have the spring constant, and that is always given a value of K, and we have that multiplied by the extension, which is E, and that gives us like a little triangle to learn. So we have our force equals K times E. So if we have another way of rearranging that, say we need to find our constant. So the K would be then F, the force, divided by the extension. And normally in practicals or in questions, you're given the force and the extension and you're asked to find the constant. We need to just make a wee point here that the units that we use in this type of force in Hooke's law is newtons, because it's a force / centimetres, or newtons / meters, depending on what you're given. So the graph is always the same, no matter what practical you're doing. When you're doing the spring, it will always produce the same shape of graph, and that is a straight line because it's directly proportional. So for instance, if we have, just draw a wee sketch here, if we have a force graph, okay, and that is in newtons, and that is divided by the extension. which is in centimetres. So the force this force here, okay, and this extension is over here in our equation, force divided by extension. So if we continue on, then we will always get this straight line, okay, from 0, 0. And the gradient then is our constant k. So the gradient of the line is equal to k, which is the constant. And remember, we can find the gradient by choosing 2 points. And using the little formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And what we find here is that as the extension increases, the force increases. And that relationship is directly proportional. You're often asked, what type of relationship does this graph display? So the relationship is directly proportional. We always get a straight line through the origin. And remember, the origin is 0, 0. Okay, so to prove that, what we can do is take 2 coordinates. So what we could have is 0, 0, and say this is the extension is 20 and the force, say, is 10. This is only just a rough sketch. So if we just move along here, then we can take our coordinates as 0, 0, and then when the extension's 20, the force. You just have a look up here at the graph. The force would be 10. So we just slot those 2 figures in, and then we can do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the y2 value is here, the y1 value is here, the x1 value is the first one, and the second x value is x2. So we just slot those figures in, and we would get 10 minus 0 divided by 20 minus 0. And that equals 10 over 20. And if we just slot that into the calculator, we get 0.5. And that would be 0.5 equals k, or your constant, which is your gradient. So that is just the first explanation of our practical. And now we're ready to do some past paper questions or examples of questions on that. So we'll just move that on to the next video lesson, and that will be page 2 in our workbooks.